But do you have any advice for parents, in your own training,
Yeah.
as you've been trying to help them, get enough sleep and with the potty training and
Yeah.
all? What's your main advice that you have?
I think I like to think of my energy
Yeah.
as a currency.
Okay.
And you're always thinking about, do I have enough food? Is there enough money in the bank? Is there enough
Yeah.
petrol in the car? Does my children have the clothes that they need for whatever activity?
Yeah.
But actually, when I realized that I'm exhausted, parenting's harder, and your kids pick up on that,
Yeah.
and you can see it in their behavior and all the rest. And that's
Yeah.
hard because the amount that we have to carry is exhausting.
Yeah.
And it's this balance between not forgetting to look after yourself and looking after the kids. And I think of the entire energy of the whole family as a currency.
Yeah.
So there's things I know my child might want to do.
Yeah.
I think, oh, should have been my kids love animals that love more shine. But then I look and I'm like, we don't have enough energy currency for that.
Yeah.
And actually, when you realize that your energy is so important to the well-being of the family,
Yeah.
sometimes going, do you know what? I have to say no to something because
Yeah.
it's not indefinite. It's a bit like the same as the money in the bank.
Right.
There's loads of things I'd like to buy.
Yeah.
And you have to actually learn to kind of say no or go, do you know what? I will do that big treat thing, but that's going to take up a lot of my mental energy or physical energy. So the rest of the week,
Yeah.
I'm going to have to budget for that.
Yeah.
And that's something I've found as a parent has been really helpful is actually thinking there's weeks that if you do something big, I know I have to do less throughout the week, or I have to kind of save the energy and think of everyone's energy level.
That's right.
So you never feel guilty that, sometimes I'll go on Instagram and everyone's house looks really tidy and everybody looks like they're on a day trip and everyone looks like they're doing whatever. And you haven't realized you're looking at their big currency items that maybe somebody, they feel much more regulated if their house is pristine. So they put all their energy into that, but they're not doing the trip or they're not going on a casual walk or they're not sitting and reading the story with their child. So just going, do you know what? We all just have a fund and not looking at everyone's big item and really sometimes going, actually, I'm at my limit.
Yes.
I actually have to just not spend.
Yeah, that's much. A great way of thinking about things because, I think guilt is huge.
Yeah.
And you see, what other moms or dads are doing with their kids, and you're, feeling bad that you haven't done that or that you don't have, your house as clean as theirs, or, the activities and the events and things like that that you didn't get to do for your child. But that's so important what you're saying, that maybe that's their thing.
Yeah.
That's just more important to them, and they maybe don't do some of the other things you would do, and everyone just has something that they're giving their energy to and having to sacrifice something else.
Yeah.
That's a great way of looking at it, definitely.
It's a little bit like, same with your finances. Sometimes you're thinking that you've got everything set. Something goes in your car and you're like, oh my goodness, now we're going to have to totally rejig the whole finances of the month.
Yeah.
Where it's the same with energy. So like sometimes you're like, right, I have this month all settled. I've taken on the right amount of work, I've everything done. And then there's a tummy bug or a virus and someone's off school for a week. And it's the same sort of thing that you have to go, right, well, we're going to have to rejig our energy. And actually, that birthday party, we're just not going to be able to go to it because even though the sickness was last week, it's the same sort of thing and not feeling guilty about that.
I think the other thing I wanted to do in the app is that at the end of each day, I wanted something encouraging for the mom or the dad, just before you go to bed, and say, I read a book to my child today, and you celebrate that because sometimes it's the little things that mean the most to your child.
Absolutely.
Even if you had a crazy day and you were working, from 7 in the morning to 7 at night, and you came home and you just took those 10 minutes with your child, like you should celebrate that. That meant the world to your child, that you were able to focus on them for those 10 minutes.
Absolutely.
And sometimes you're the time of your life that you're in, you just can't do a lot of really special things. But that your child really just wants your attention and your love, and they just want to be able to sometimes sit and have dinner with you and just talk to you about their life. And sometimes that's all you can do.
Absolutely.
But that we should really realize how important that is. That we're able to give that to our children, you know, and not worry so much about all the things that other people are doing.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so I want to encourage moms and dads at the end of their day with just a little message saying, you know, that's one thing you did, and that was a good thing, and don't feel bad that you didn't do anything else.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and you know, something I'm looking forward to is just having those little reminders like, okay, time to cut the kids' nails, you know, trim their nails today, because, you know, these little things are so easy to forget.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
I'm really looking forward to that. So basically, I've built this app because I need it.
Yeah, brilliant.
I need the help as well.
You need to offload some of that mental stuff you're always carrying.
Exactly. So that's I'm looking forward to it for myself, and I hope that it can be you know, a help and support to other parents as well.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to kind of find out about what you do, where should they go? Do you have a website or?
Yeah, so I'm Settled Petals, and I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and it's settledpetals.com. So it's all very easy. So that's where I am.
Yeah. So it's basically for parents who need help getting their children into a good regular routine of sleep, and helping them potty train, and then the training you offer. Can you do that one?
So I run accredited training, so it allows people to become certified sleep consultants. So potty training consultants, baby massage instructor, baby yoga, and then I've got a special one on people who want to support sleep and trauma and understand that. But everyone that I support, a lot of them, like I'd say maybe 95%, are parents. Who actually want to support other families and want to do that in a way that they can work around their families. And so sometimes I'm working with like other old social workers or OTs or nurses, and there's actually people from a whole lot of unrelated fields, but actually they're going, do you know what, I can't do 9 to 5, or I can't do 3 12-hour shifts because I'm a parent now, and actually I want to be at school gate, or you know, for some people that's huge, for other people that's not important. They want to be there at the bedtime routine and different things, and it allows people to get that kind of flexibility. So that's been really good. And I say I'm a family centered service because different families have got different goals. So some people are very much, you know, I want the baby to nap, but set schedules, and that's important to that parent because scheduling makes their body feel relaxed and secure. And I am in that camp. But there's other families I've worked with, and they're like, I need flexibility. The idea of someone saying your baby should nap at this time and then they don't causes me so much stress. And so there's sometimes two families, and their outcomes and goals are totally different. And I feel that my job is to help people meet their goals and also explain what's developmentally appropriate. You know, and if someone wanted their newborn to sleep 7 to 7, that's not going to happen. But it's getting what people kind of need, and keeping their parenting values strong. I think it really needs to be a complementary service. Because we're all built with the natural instinct to parent. But it's the real life that's tricky. And people are going, well, how do I do what feels right to me? But I also have like a school run to do, and I'm trying to toilet train, and I know what I kind of need to do, but I'm working 9 to 5. So what do I do here? So it's supporting with all those things around the family. As well.
You would run like a big class, or is it like a workshop class that you run for people who are interested in learning how to become a trainer?
It's all online. So the training's online. The baby massage, baby yoga instructor, we also have the option of doing it in person. So they're 2-day sessions, and you come along, and there's a maximum of 10. It's always really lovely. And then people can join it anywhere in the world, so you can just log in and everything's there, but with my support. So you can email me and say, I don't understand this, can I have a wee call, or you need to submit by email.
And so flexible, so they don't even have to live here or near you, it could be anywhere.
So there's people in 20 countries which is really good, and allows the flexibility for people wherever they might be.
That's really nice. I trained as a massage therapist as well. So I'm currently going and doing like a mobile massage service. I just received my certification for cancer care. So anyone in oncology or end of life care, you know, or people who are recovering from cancer, I'm able to treat them as well. I find massage is a brilliant way to help people relax. I remember looking into baby massage
Yeah.
as well, I could see and understand how it could really help babies and infants
Yeah.
and even toddlers to really calm and self-regulate.
Yeah.
And it could be a huge
The
help.
research is unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
it helps promote like oxytocin in both the massage provider, so the parent and the child.
Right.
But
Yeah.
even some of the other research, like it would blow you away. Like you're going, if it was a drug that could do that, it would be being prescribed to everyone.
Right.
But here it is, it's like free.
Yeah.
If you know how to do it. So like there was one study and it was for neonatal babies, and it was babies who'd been born prematurely.
Okay.
And they divided families up into groups, and one of the groups had massage and the other one didn't.
Right.
And the massage group, on average, were being discharged 6 days earlier than the non-massage group, and the weight gain was significantly more, and parent confidence. You're going like, sometimes people think massage is all like fluffy and airy-fairy, but actually it's hugely evidence-based and hugely research-based, and can have a massive impact on those, even maternal mental health. There's a huge pool of research about that and massage. So it's very powerful, although it looks so soft and
right. No, that's amazing.
Yeah.
It reminds me of, the current research about the importance of, after your baby is born, having skin to skin. And physical touch can have such an effect on helping someone thrive and to grow and to be healthy. Just feeling that closeness to your mother or father, and that's huge. And the massage is just encouraging that circulation and feeling of security and closeness. And that's wonderful. I never realized that research had been done. No, that's brilliant.
I'm sharing a whole lot, but it's okay. Really interesting.
Brilliant. Well, I hope that anyone listening, can reach out and find your website, settledpetals.com, settledpetals.com, or find you on Facebook and Instagram as well. Okay. Brilliant. Okay. Well, thank you so much for talking today. No, it's brilliant.
Yeah,
okay.
great.
We'll see you again soon.
Yeah.
All right.